Hey, what's good? My name is Charles. I am a final year medical student. So today I'm going to be making a quick video on how to survive medical school.
I'm trying to get away, fly away, find me a sweet one. So mama seat lean on a palm tree, heat like.
So you've just got your offer, you're really excited about medical school, but you've heard a lot of scary stories, you don't know what to expect. Okay, so tip number one is always have a timetable. Usually medical school provide you with a timetable with your lectures, your seminars, labs, any dissection rooms that you have to attend. Make sure you're aware of that timetable and you have a good bearing of how to navigate that timetable. There's usually consequences for not attending some of these things, so you need to be aware of that and be wary of that. On top of that timetable, it's good for you to also organize your own time. So to also allocate study time outside of the 9 to 5 lecture time so that you can go home and study and keep on top of your work. It's also good for you to add things like assignments that are due, to know when your exam dates are, so you have a good bearing of how much time you have and how much time is actually left before the exams actually come about. Second thing that's most important is to always allocate some free time. So you need to have time for you to relax, time for you to do other things than just medicine. So I had a friend, well, not a friend, this guy we knew, who in the first day of uni, he had this massive Sports Direct bag filled with textbooks. He even got one of those boring biochemistry textbooks that was this thick from the library. This guy used to carry these books everywhere. He'd be in the library we'd start lectures and then till midnight he would go to the library and he would study. First exam was in November. I remember seeing him out the window a week or two before the exam. This guy looked finished. He looked finished. So remember to look after yourself. There's no point you getting those grades and your mental health suffers and you're struggling to keep up and you're actually finished in November when there's another month to go, and even after that there's another whole 2 terms to go. So it's very important to pace yourself and realize Rome was not built in a day. The reason why you have so much work in medical school is they're trying to teach you to prioritize. You're always going to have a workload that's ridiculous even after you graduate. It's about realizing, okay, my assignment is due this week, I should probably do that. The lectures, I can leave them, catch up in the holiday, that sort of thing. So prioritize, but always make sure there's time for you to relax and to chill out, because that's important for your mind and for you to relax and for your well-being. Otherwise, if you're not well, you can't study. If you burn out, you're gonna have to take a bigger, longer break and then have to cram at the end anyway. So be wise. My third top tip is finding a mentor. It's very important to find someone who's in the year above, who's been through the curriculum, who's been through the year you've been through, and who knows what's ahead. This allows you first and foremost for you to know how to navigate that year in the best way possible. It also allows you to know what's ahead, allow you to plan your time and makes your plan more efficient. And you can also have help from your mentor as well. They can either pass down resources that are useful that they made and save you time. For me, when I was in 4th year, my mentor told me exactly how many lectures there were, the useful ones, the ones that weren't so useful. He told me about the seminars, what to expect and how to best use them and all those kinds of things. And that really helped me to be screwed on from day one and keep on top of my workload. The fourth thing that is important in medical school is working collaboratively. So find someone who you can work with or a group where you can share resources. You want to be in a group of people who are equally sharing resources as you're sharing resources. You don't want to be the only person that's sharing and doing all the work. So find a group. So some people will delegate with each other to write notes for a certain part of the topic, bring the notes together and save time in that way. You can also be collaborative revision. So for example, I had this exam called the SJT recently. There was no mark scheme to the paper. Me and a bunch of friends, we got together, we're discussing each question, trying to figure out what the answers would be. So collaborative revision is very good. It saves you time and it's a good way of learning, especially if you're teaching, you learn from teaching as well. My final top tip is to just be consistent with your reading. You need to be consistent throughout. It will save you. Just make it a way of life to read and to constantly study, especially doing exam questions bit by bit throughout the year. Application is very important, so work consistently. Also, another top tip, which is probably not essential for surviving medical school, but will help you become a more rounded person. Remember, there's more life outside of medicine. There are other people at university other than just medics. Mingle with other people. Don't look down on other people that are not doing your course or you consider not on your level. It's very important to get an input from all those different kinds of people. They can teach you something, you can learn something from them. It will make you a whole rounded person. You have to remember university, you're being in a processor where they want everybody to come out looking a certain way. and it's important for you to maintain your individuality.
I'm tryna get away, fly away, find me a sweet one. So mamacita, lean on a palm tree, heat like Giza. 5-day trip, still got me thinking of extending my visa. Moved to the beach bar, then shot my shot like a Jaeger. Thinking like Plato, Greek girl got space on my plate. Sun on my back and this breeze in my hair got me feeling no friendly. Chanel on the slips and